What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. It is the 22nd day of August, and here we are sitting at about $560, 20 hours, 17 minutes left in the day. Up a little bit on the day, but looking like we could come down as well. You know, I've got to admit, looking at this chart here, it's got me a little bit shaky on the idea that 2 days ago was the low. I am running with that idea now that it is the low, but what I'd like to see today, by the end of the day, is that we get some separation. Okay, if we're closing in this area, if we're meandering in this area, like this trend line here, this higher low trend line that we've had dating back to April, if we're meandering here, that's not good. We didn't meander really any of these other times. We just moved up, right? We moved up. So do that today, or at least tomorrow. But tomorrow's the weekend, right? It's Saturday, so hopefully it happens today. We move up. If not, we do run the risk of going lower. And if we go lower, it's okay. It's not a problem. But I don't know about you guys. I'm ready for this puppy to fly. If we're looking at it from a high to a low here, come on now. From the high back on March 6th of this year to the low on April 7th, we got above the golden ratio twice now. If we were to go lower, I would think the 1414 holds, and that put us down at $521. The lowest that I could see us going would be $484, but man, Bitcoin Cash below $500, are we going to be that lucky? I don't know, man. I don't know. This sounds like a dream to me. But if we are that lucky, you best believe I'm going to sell my shoes and buy some Bitcoin, man. Some Bitcoin Cash. Same, but different, right? Better, but different. Well, $484, that'd be a 13% drop from here. I suppose I could see that happening. It's not impossible from here. A little shakeout in the markets right before we start to rally. All the people who decided to come in just because we were breaking out of this trend, they get shaken out, and then we actually start to run, right? The strong hands get a chance to buy in, because you best believe breaking out of this trend and then breaking back into it doesn't matter to the Bitcoin Cash faithful. They're going to buy. They're going to see prices below $500, and they're going to crap themselves with joy. Okay, while the people who got in up here will be crapping themselves with fear, absolute fear. But I don't think we get down there, man. Maybe 521. And again, I'm not calling for us to go lower. I'm just addressing these targets so that if we do go lower, we kind of know what to expect. Okay, keeping our head on a swivel until we pick a direction, until we're more assured of which direction we're going. Until then, I am running with the idea that we found our low, that we are ready to move up higher. If we're looking at this here on the 1 hour time frame, I don't like the price action. I don't like that right there. It's like you have this bullish look turning around, but why are you rejecting here? You should be breaking out. Why are you doing this to us, Bitcoin Cash? The RSI finding resistance here where you found resistance before. What I will say as a positive is that on the 1 hour time frame here, we were finding resistance in this area and then getting into the oversold zone every time. This time was different though. Different behavior might get different results. We kind of turned our downward trend into a sideways trend, into an upwards trend here, right? You can see the higher lows, higher highs there, beyond all the chicken scratch maybe, higher lows, higher highs there. With that, I remain somewhat hopeful and optimistic that we actually could recover and continue to grow. I just don't like the way that 1 hour looks so far. Stochastics rejecting the overbought zone. I'm not a fan of that, but you did that here, and it didn't really amount to much. We had a higher low, so whatever, that's okay. MACD looks like it wants to cross above the zero. That's a good thing, but it's on the 1 hour time frame, so who cares? And we've been moving sideways, so it's a little bit less reliable. 4 hour time frame here. The RSI does look good, I must admit. I mean, okay, well, first off, it looks bad. It looks bad right here. Overall, it looks good and volatile, but you're in a good posturing to look good, okay? Right now, technically, this looks bad right here. But this little double bottom is kind of double bottom W of glory right here. Looks like we do want to go into the overbought zone. So as far as the 4 hour time frame is concerned, I would think that we do continue to grow. Unless we dump in the next 13 minutes, we close this 4 hour to the red side. We'd have to drop, only $4.70. That's all it would take. If we do that in the next 13 minutes, which we absolutely could, well, then we might be in trouble, my friends. But the stochastics look good. The MACD looks good. The 1 hour time frame is a bit iffy, but that's okay. The 4 hour time frame looks very much assured to go to the upside. And then with the 1 hour MACD as well, that's actually a very powerful signal right there that we're doing with crossing above the zero. Which we will do with the 4 hour as well, probably sometime next week. If we can, let's give some if-and statements in this video, okay? If, from a high to a low, if we can, I would say get above $600, yeah. get back above really 599, for 598. If we get above 598 on a multi 4-hour closing basis or a daily closing basis, I would think that we have validated our low. We get above $563, that's whenever it's time to get excited, because it's not validating to the low, but it would at least be validating to the idea that we go to 576. And the further away we get from this low, the better. And again, what I started this video saying was today we need to move. We need to make some movements. So we get above 563 at all, preferably sooner in the day, earlier in the day, rather than later in the day. If we can do that at all, I think that'd be a good look, because that would probably rapidly push us up another like $13 there, and potentially even take us to the golden ratio. But once we get to that golden ratio at about 598, $600, let's just say it's easier to remember. You close above $600 on a daily closing basis. We validate our low, and at that point, oh man, it's time to say a prayer for the bears, for the red dragons out there, because they're probably going to need more than a prayer, man. This thing's going to freaking rip right in their faces. It's going to be fantastic. The 4-hour time frame looks bullish. The 1 hour looks iffy. And hopefully it doesn't prevail to the downside. I'm hoping that today, the daily time frame is on a bit of a slippery slope, because if we reject here, if we move down, that would look bad in the RSI, that would look bad on the stochastics, and it would be building bearish momentum on the MACD, which would be bad. But to be fair, the MACD is set up to bounce at the 0 if we do go lower anyways, so it's not terrible on the MACD. I'm okay if it goes lower. My pride would just be hurt, because then calling for this low would be wrong, and then the low would probably be further away, a lot further away. It probably wouldn't even be anywhere close. I mean, 544 to 520, that's not that far away, but it could be as low as 480 as well, so just be prepared for that. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't think that we go below that low. I'm not calling for that. If I was calling for that, I would explicitly say that's what I'm expecting. What I'm expecting is that's the low, but if we are to go lower, again, even 508 stands to be support, somewhere in that area. What was the area that we're looking at? 508. Keep that in your mind. But then high to low here. 520 to 484. Yeah. Maybe somewhere in between that. 508 would work as well. But that would be a little bit more than I was calling for. That's for damn sure. And for the sake of my pride, I'd rather just see Bitcoin Cash move up. So do it, man. Do it. By the time we talk about you next, hopefully tomorrow, you're up at higher prices. I will make a video tomorrow for up above like $570, or I guess today, technically just later in the day. If we're above $600, I'm going to make it like an immediate video. I'm going to drop what I'm doing and come on to the YouTube channel here and just make some videos, because maybe we'll even go live, because at that point, man, things might start getting crazy, guys. We are days away, weeks away, days away, minutes away. I don't know. At this point, we're super close to breaking out of this massive downtrending line. It's actually a consolidation phase again. I have to be careful with my words there, but downward sloping trend line. We're weeks away from seeing the breakout move, or moments away, not weeks away. It's been weeks in the making now. Moments away. Can't you tell that it's my bedtime? Moments away from seeing this groundbreaking move all the way up to last cycle's highs and beyond. I would imagine that we see some fantastic growth. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But I mean, man, if this thing does, if it does a 3x from here, 200% growth, that could be absolutely massive, right? And that's the minimum standard. Why is it massive? 200% is nothing, right? 200% is not a whole lot in crypto. But for Bitcoin Cash, 200% is the difference between taking out last cycle's highs and providing and having another lower high cycle after cycle. That's the difference. We take out last cycle's highs, there's no telling how high it could go. Bitcoin Cash is going to be looked at in a different light than it's been in its entire life. And this is not the whole life cycle of Bitcoin Cash. This is just on Binance. But if we look at it here on the crypto chart, I meant to do Coinbase, but I accidentally clicked the one below. It's taking its sweet time to load. Messing with my mojo here. It's in moments like this I'd like to take. Okay, so here we are at about $559. Let's see here. Yeah. We break above this, you guys. That's what I was saying. That's what changes things, right? People are going to look at this differently. It's no longer a coin that gets lower highs cycle after cycle. And we didn't get lower lows last cycle, which is nice, but we need to get higher highs now. And if that's the case, we start turning things around on the US dollar, we start turning things around on the Bitcoin pair. Everybody's going to start to look at this differently. And whenever the whole space is proven wrong about something, they flock to it like flies to Scheisser. Pardon my German. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Dragon Riders, we ride at dawn. It's coming, man. It's coming. It's going to be a bright dawn, but it's always darkest before the dawn. And maybe we get a little bit more of a shakeout before then. Don't be scared. Be prepared to buy more, if anything, and really just hold, buy the dip, all that good stuff, all the classic sayings. I'll see you on the next one. Shout out to Smooth Operator, who thinks I'm a scammer for whatever reason. I don't know. Do you guys remember Smooth? Maybe you don't know who I'm talking about. But we have little talks. He thinks that apparently Smooth is a Bitcoin Cash maximalist, and I know that a lot of people here are, but it's like, man, being a maximalist, anything, I think sets you up for missing out opportunities, right? Right. Like I believe the most in Bitcoin Cash. I believe the most in this story. I just don't believe that it's wise to put all your eggs in one basket. And I don't believe it's wise to turn a blind eye to things that could make you more money, that could inevitably allow you to put more capital into the golden goose egg, which is Bitcoin Cash, right? We've got a bunch of eggs in our basket. There's one that's the golden goose egg, and that's Bitcoin Cash, but we can help feed that egg, so to speak, with the funds from other things, right? It's good to be maybe a maximalist of love, but in crypto or in stocks and investing, it's not a good thing to be a maximalist, I don't think. I mean, maybe it's a good thing if you're a degen trader or a degen investor. You don't know what you're doing. Maybe it is a good thing, right? But I think it's best to try to play the board a little bit here and there. But I'm on a whole different rant right now. It's probably not going to hit home too much with the Bitcoin Cash community. I know a lot of you guys are very much pro Bitcoin Cash only, and I respect that. It's just not in my style. But one of my buddies thinks that I'm a scammer because of that, or he says he's going to expose me. Expose me, buddy. Expose me. I don't know what you're going to expose that I haven't exposed already, but I'm curious to see you try. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.